Hi everyone, welcome to Amaranth. These are general messages for the collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus and Jupiter placements. Let's get into it. One more thing I wanted to add before we get started here is that I will pick up on the energies of the cards based on the surrounding cards. And the meanings will come through differently every time based on the other cards that are there in the reading. And I get asked this a lot, like how come the meaning of the card is changing? Because the surrounding cards are changing. And I will periodically explain to you why I say what I say, because of the energies of the cards that are there in the reading at that point in time. And I also give you references to the energies that are picked up on the prior cards, and that will affect the meaning of the cards that come after that. So I just wanted to put it out there so that you're mindful of which cards are paired up in the reading. Now, let's get to it. So the first card you have, Taurus, is card number 36, and it says gratitude. Further, it says pink rose. And this is a beautiful rose, 2 roses in bloom, 3 of the buds almost there, and more buds to come. So I do recall in an advert, I think it was the advert of a cosmetic company. It was a powder, I think it was called Yorgley. And this similar picture, I recall seeing it on that box long time ago. But anyways, roses are always, they stand for love, they stand for trust. And in the olden times, I do recall that, roses, it's called actually, I think it was a tradition, it was called sub rosa, which meant under the rose. So what they did in the good old times, they hung a rose over a meeting table, wherever the people that were meeting, they hung a rose above that. And when the rose was there, it was actually an unspoken thing. It was understood by all that whatever conversation is going to be had on this table will be confidential, will be, everybody will trust in each other. It was like a secret conversation. And I feel that this energy is also about sacredness, of thankfulness, how we express our thanks for things that we have in our life, whatever is going on in our lives. Yes, sometimes we tend to, our thoughts shift to what's not good and we get anxious about it. But if you shift your mindset, and it takes just a flip of a switch to think about things that are blessings to us instead of what's missing, what's going wrong and things like that. When we think of the positive, we attract more positive energy. We attract more positive experiences. That's how the universe works. So this gratitude is nothing but saying your thanks, saying your heartfelt thanks and appreciation to the cosmos, in a very pure way. Some of you, just appreciate the people, the relationships, the health, the job, whatever is going on in your life, thank the universe for that. And I feel that, I read a term in psychology, it's called flexible gratitude. And I do see this energy coming through with this. Flexible gratitude, it means that we're thankful for everything that we have, but then sometimes we get attached to what we have. In this is so strongly that we don't allow changes that are required for the better, for, changes that are here to help us grow more, to bring more abundance. But we get so attached that we don't welcome those changes. We resist those changes. So this energy, I feel that, yes, we thank the universe, but there's something called as a flexible gratitude. And I feel that this card is an encouragement for you to adopt that mindset of a flexible gratitude, where you say thanks, but keep your heart and mind open to receive more blessings, for expansion, for growth. Because when we grow and expand, there will be changes. And sometimes Saturnian energy can be resistant to changes. So be open in that ways. And for the most part, we're also entering a season of Thanksgiving, of giving thanks to the cosmos, to the divine, to our ancestors, to the ancestors, because they walked this earth. They give us so much, everything that we are today, the society, the community, the evolution, even culturally, even our own individual identities, the genetics, everything in some way has come from the ancestors. Or I would say in every way has come from our ancestors. So, and we should be thankful to it, because even the challenging times, bring growth. The challenging times bring growth and food for the soul, where we learn, we grow, we adapt, we change. Those are trigger points where we bring about changes in the society. So when we embrace with an open heart the good, bad, and everything in between, and we still say our thanks, at Thanksgiving, with friends, with family, to the cosmos, then we receive a lot of more blessings and more positive experiences. So some of you might be in that energy of, bringing together people, friends, community for dinner events or lunch events and things like that. And some of you, Taurus, you're ruled by Venus, right? So some of you might be actually growing these roses in your garden or touching up your house or bringing in more flowers, care, maybe creating a lovely, nice, cozy home, redoing your home, remodeling your home, things like that. But this is a good time where you want to, have some spiritual practice where you can thank the divine. Also send some heartfelt notes to your friends, family, for their presence in your life. The next card you have, Taurus, is the card number 7, and it says 7th house. 7th house is the energy of Libra. And that's also ruled by Venus. So your opposite house here, Taurus, we're talking about. And again, that's about partnerships. It's balance, balancing the scales, coming together with people, balancing situations, negotiations, compromises, of course, when needed. I feel that it says over here further, you are not meant to do everything alone. The right people are coming into your life to help you grow. Focus on cooperation, fairness, and creating win-win situations. A beautiful alliance is forming. So, yeah, I feel that you might be coming together with people right now, Taurus. That are harmonious connections, people that you really like to connect with, that you like to spend time with. If further says here, but together you can create something greater than the sum of your parts. And that's what this energy is about. Partnerships that amplify our lives, that help us grow. And we grow the maximum through partnerships, right? So I feel that some of you might be coming together, whether it's, through in your personal life, you might be meeting people, you might be taking up a next level, like getting engaged and married and things like that. But for others of you, this could be business partnerships. It's like maybe Taurus, you like, for example, you like baking, the most easiest example I would give. And you know how to bake and all of that, but you don't know how to sell. You don't know how to market. So you come together with somebody who can do that, who can take care of that aspect for you. So, and then together you're able to create this beautiful business, and the person that you work with also ends up being a lasting partnership for you in person as well. So when you come together in partnerships, some people feel that they will lose their independence, but I feel that this kind of energy, especially the 7th house, when we meet people, most of the time their strength will complement ours, especially when the 7th house energy is at play. So be open, whether you or me, people in your personal life or collaborating in your professional life or in your own businesses that you're starting, because you will be able to meet people or come and collaborate with people that are going to be like yourself, that are equally committed to the goal, that are equally reliable, so I do feel some kind of partnership coming together, something that only two people can build, not that you could have built alone. You will probably get into something that is not possible for one person to build on their own. It's the energy that I pick up. It's like seesaw. When we sit on the seesaw, like as kids when we sat, right? Both the sides, the people, the kids on both the side need to participate. It doesn't have to be just kids. But what happens when one person gets off the seesaw? It's not nothing. We can't do anything with it. So it's that kind of an energy where, we're staying balanced. The partnership is balanced. People are cooperating, working, supporting each other, helping each other grow, and they have a shared goal that they work towards. It's the yin and yang. It's like how these yin and yang, these are opposite forces, how they interplay, how they interconnect. Now they're complementary to each other, and then they create this one balanced, complete entity. Now, some of you might actually be, expanding your network, meeting people, forming new connections, having a good time and things like that. Or this could be at home where you want to partner up with people, or if you're already partnered up, you want to take it up a notch. Or if you feel there's some kind of disturbance, you want to harmonize that. You want to work with them. You want to work with counselors to bring harmony into your personal space. Yeah, it's like students when they come together, they have those study sessions and study partners, and then they end up getting better grades than studying alone. First, for a lot of them, I have seen that, I have heard from a lot of my friends that when they study together with the study partner, study guide, they end up getting better grades. So it's some of you could be partnering up with people, studying together, researching together, and things like that. Now, this could also be in your business space. It could also be in the world. There are so many free trade agreements that are happening now, and especially with the new one that I record reading is between UK and Australia. That's the free trade agreements that are going around, and sometimes companies will partner up. Microsoft is partnering up with a lot of their strategic alliances for cloud computing, for research work, and things like that. So some of you could be partnering up with bigger corporate giants. Next Taurus you have is the Three of Cups. Cups is water energy. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio are the water elements. This is Bino Arcana. And this energy, Three of Cups, is, if you see in the picture, there are three people that are coming together, very royal, very knighthood, and they have chalices. They're toasting to each other, looking at each other, able to read each other's faces. They are able to connect without saying anything much. That's the kind of energy the Three of Cups is about, when we're able to come together with people that we can almost read their mind and heart. Not small talks, not louder, random stranger events, but this is coming together with your tribe, sharing those moments of happiness, of understanding, of support. If the person is not feeling good, we pick up on it and then we uplift them. That's this energy of the Three of Cups, especially with this deck. Here it says, come together, celebrate your connections, share your happiness with others. A project or goal is reaching a successful conclusion, and it's time to acknowledge that with your community. Yeah, so coming together with friends or maybe business partners, celebrating what you have accomplished together. This could also be milestones, graduations, birthdays, promotions, and things like that. But it's like, just having a good time. Friends that feel like your soulmates, like your tribe. This could also be coming together, maybe meeting people after a long time, maybe the reunion. You're having a reunion from college days, or, people that you knew far off in the past, maybe 3 or 4 years, you have not met them. Because when we come together in a joyful spirit, that energy ripples far and wide. It's very contagious. And for you guys with Venusian influence, it's about enjoying the good things, quality over quantity, the finer things, fine dining. So some of you could actually be going out with a small group of people for, exploring restaurants, having a good dining and wining experience. Or it could be at home even. You could be creating that soft, nice, warm Indians, nice music and, decorated tables and things like that, and bringing over people that you can just share your thoughts with, that you can be vulnerable with, that you don't have to hesitate, that you can be yourself with. Maybe potlucks are things like that where you come together. Maybe this is a community that you've been for a long time. Everybody knows each other. Everybody understands. Your kids play with each other, things like that. Or you could be going to some kind of festivals. A harvest festival is around the corner. There's pumpkin picking already going on. So some of you could be feasting to that, dancing and things like that with your family or your friends or your community. Reminds me of that movie, My Big Fat Greek Wedding. Everybody just comes together for tulip, or I think her name was Portogalos. Tulip Portogalos. That was Nia Vardanos, right? And, her loud, nice, beautiful, vibrant, cheerful, loving family comes together, celebrating traditions, music, and so much, to dance, food, celebrate. So some of you could be attending weddings or getting married even. Some of you might be forming some rituals to connect with your family, maybe across the world or with friends, like video chats and things like that, having a ritual of some kind. Or just going to festivals together and, celebrating the different cultures, traditions, food, and things like that. And some of you could be actually coming together for some group events like creating art together, creating all our gardening together, or cooking together, or barbecuing together, things like that. Coming together with people doing things that are common, or somewhat common. Doesn't have to be everything common, with something common. For others of you, I do feel that you could be moving into new homes and having housewarming parties. Shh. Sorry about that noise. Yeah, so housewarming parties and things like that. Or some of you could be just going out there, enjoying some games or sports, just enjoying the celebrating victories of your favorite teams and games and things like that. Just like we did when World Cup, is one when World Cup, the game is had and things like that. So some of you could be enjoying games with your friends, family, communities, and things like that. And last but not the least, Taurus, you have the energy of life force. It says, I am a being of light. I receive the divine energy within. I regenerate every cell. So taking a break, relaxing, there is eagle out here. Eagles are divine messengers. They have a high-level view of things. They're able to see things better. So it further says here, your energy is returning. You are strong, healthy, and full of potential. Channel this powerful life force into your projects, your body, and your dreams. This is a time for growth and action. So I do feel that a lot of you, this looks like a kite to me. Some of you could be flying kites. But otherwise, or you could be traveling even. This looks like, a plane to me as well. So some of you could be traveling as well, or you could be just starting up new projects that energize you more. Even exercise to a certain level, it revitalizes us. It builds our stamina. It builds our strength. So you could be into that. Some of you could be, could have been overworked or burnt out. And I feel that now your energy is coming back. So you're recovering your energy, you're recovering your strength, your physicality. This is also a time where, you will feel highly creative. This is a very creative energy. When the divine energy flows through us, it activates our chakras. It brings new ideas. It helps us put in the work. It gives us the inspiration, the drive, the motivation, It gives us the solar plexus chakra to help us feel positive and about things, to feel healthy about things. So, and that's what our inner energy is. It's the prana, it's the life force. It's the force that creates. For some of you, this is about, walking in the parks and just feeling energized with the breeze, the greens, and, with just the activity that is going on. Or if there is no activity, it's just the, gentle, the feeling, the peaceful, the calm feeling of being with ourselves, with nature, also revitalizes us in some way. For some of you, this is encouraging you to go out there in the sunlight. There is this eagle which is basking in the sun. So some of you could be actually basking in the sun, feeling the sun on your skin, and that actually is very energizing, very powerful. Not only will it, give you that positive boost energetically, but at the same time, it makes us look at things in a different way. That's what the eagle energy is. So when we're out there energized, it helps us look at things in a different way, in a different perspective. If you're unhealthy, we look at things in a very negative way. When we feel healthy, we look at things in a positive way. And I feel that's what this energy is about. A very spring kind of energy. When we have that spring in our step, I feel that some of you could be enjoying the rains or seeing your gardens grow. You might be watering your plants. That's the life force in action. It's the, what you call it? It's that chi. I feel it's the chi, in Asian practices, I think it's the energy of chi, as if it's called that way. Correct me if I'm wrong. That needs to be balanced. That flows through all of us. It needs to be balanced to feel good about ourselves, and feel healthy about ourselves, to feel energetic. I feel like this energy could be speaking to people that are coming into the spring season, in the northern hemisphere, where, spring season is going to be here soon. So some of you could be, around that area as well. I'm also picking up that you are shifting things, or maybe you are volunteering to at some community, at some place which has been not looked after, that has, like kind of deserted places that have not been looked at or looked after for a long, long time. And I feel they're volunteering to clean that space up, to breathe new life into some kind of ground, to make it more alive. Some of you could be working on those projects as well. But others of you could be into nature or, bird sanctuary, learning or reading up about birds, hiking out there. Or you could be into, there's even Whole Foods, they pump in life force and regenerate every fiber of our being. So some of you could be nourishing your bodies with healthy whole foods as well, is what I'm picking up. It doesn't have to be drastic changes. Small and subtle changes also help us feel better. Like if you, shift your sleeping cycles and you go to bed just 1 hour earlier than what you normally did, or you drank just one or two more cups of water more than you did, it actually helps you feel more better. It helps you feel more energized. Some of you could be shifting that up and taking to more healthier practices. I'm also feeling some of you could be taking to, those air sports where you're like paragliding and things like that. Some of you could be doing that, because I get an energy of you, packing up stuff like new shoes, new this, that, and the third for paragliding, for bungee jumping, or something like that, air sports. I've known about a trend, it's called dopamine dressing. For those of you know, where you can wear beautiful, bright, joyful colors, and that actually boosts your mood. It gives you that elevation. It's called dopamine dressing. So some of you could be into that as well. So Taurus, those were your messages. These being general will play out differently in your lives. Let me know how these energies play out in your life or in the environment around you, and hope you enjoyed your messages. So thank you guys for joining. Please subscribe and hit the like if you enjoyed the content, and I will see you in the next one. Take care, guys. Bye for now.